You can be as liberal or as conservative as you want to be. Just don't force others to be like you.
Got it.
That's what we are all about. We are all about long-term solutions, not short-term solutions. We're all about changing culture, not just changing law. Law, we have to remember something. At the end of almost every single law is a guy or a gal with a gun who will put you in a cage. And if you don't want to go in that cage, he or she is going to kill you. That means you only use law when it really matters, not just because I'm angry, not because I don't like you, not because you should do some activity I think you shouldn't do, or whatever the case may be. It's only for important things like life and liberty and property and things like that. That's when you use violence. That's when you use force. That's what Libertarian's all about. Man, has it been a long time since I have used that intro. I hope some of you enjoy that. A little bit of nostalgia back from 2018, back in the day when I was running and I was on the Ebro in the Morning show. So thank you so much for those of you who watched back then. A little bit of a cool nostalgia for that one. So I'm so happy that you have given me a few moments of your time today on a Friday evening. So thank you so much. 5 p.m. And I'm talking about what's happening with the campaign. We have had a lot of setbacks. That's true. Many of them, almost only because of lawsuits and ballot access that we just did not have last campaign. But we are fighting through them as we must. As if you're paying attention, and I hope some of you are who are watching, I'm the only one standing. All of the other independent governor candidates have walked away, quit, whatever the case may be. I'm the last one standing. And I'm still standing, even though we have lost many of our lawsuits. However, we got one left. We do. We have what I think one of our best lawyers that we have fighting on this. I will be there too. And we will actually have our, hearing or appearance. It will be September 9th at 9:30 a.m. in Albany. It will be in the Robert Abrams building in the Empire Plaza on the 5th floor. Why am I telling you that? Because if you can be there, please be there. Yes, I'm asking you to do this. If you can make it, not this Friday, not today, next Friday, September 9th, if you got a day off, if you've got some time, if you're able to do so, man, would it matter if you would show up on this day, September 9th at 9:30 at the Robert Abrams building, the Empire Plaza on the 5th floor. We are going to be there. That is going to be the big deal. If you know of any press, please do me a favor. I'm asking you for this. Do me a favor. Please call your press. Call your local newspaper. Call your local radio station. Call whoever you think you should call, or email them, or knock on their door. I don't care. Call into a radio show and let them know, hey, this is happening. This is maybe our last chance getting the ballot this year. There may be one more shot, but if we don't get this one, it's going to be really tough. This is a shot we have to win this thing. And people showing up does matter. So if you can't make it, you go, Larry, I love you. I can't make it. I got a job, I got to work, I got kids, whatever you got. Okay, you can't make it. Then see if you know someone else who can. I'm very serious. Some of you say, Larry, what can I do? I don't have that much money. I can't give you money. Here's what you can do. If you can show up on Friday, show up. Again, September 9th, next Friday, 9:30, the Robert Abrams building, the Empire Plaza, 5th floor, in Albany. If you can show up, do so if you can. Larry, I can't. No worries. Do you know somebody who would do it for you? They support me or just love you? I don't care which one. They cannot like me at all, but they love you, and maybe, they owe you a favor. Say, okay, well, good. Do this and favor done. Show up. Be here, 9:30 at this place, and we're good. That's fine, too. Say, Larry, I'd love to do both. I can't do either. Okay, great. Then can you call the press? Can you reach out? Can you say, hey, did you know what's happening? Hey, press, cover this. I care about this. Local TV station, any of it. It does matter. And if they care, they can check what's on the docket. It's all online. They can check what we submitted. They can look at it. All good. Any support for this day is going to be critical. If you can do it, please do it. If you can show up, please. If you bring your family and friends, bring them all if you can. Be awesome. I will be there. Yes, I'll be driving up from New York City. I'll be driving up, 3 hours, whatever it is. I'll be there. I have to be there. I'm always there. So I'll be there. So yes, I will be there. Our lawyer will be there. The judge will be there. And I hope dozens upon dozens upon dozens of you, and I hope press on top of it. If this hits home, this helps us tremendously. This will show people how much this matters. If this room's empty, we're going to be in trouble. I'm being very forward with you. I've never asked any of you to show up at any of these before. I haven't. It hasn't been this critical. It's critical this time. If you can show up, please show up this time if you can do it. All you got to do is sit in that courtroom. That's it. You don't got to say anything, do anything. Sit in the courtroom. That's what I'm asking you. It'll be at 9:30. Shouldn't be any later than 10:30. I can't imagine later than 10:30. You're done. You can go home. That's what please, if you can show up, it does matter. Warm seat in that body, warm body in that seat. Sorry. Or warm seat. It's fine. Whatever. Warm human in that seat matters tremendously. So please, if you can show up, show up. I know I'm bugging you for this. I've never asked this before. I'm asking now. These recent lawsuits have cost us $25,000, $30,000. It's a lot of money, right? But how else do we get on the ballot? How else do we make this happen? But more importantly, how else do we save the ballot, not just for this one, but for the next 2, 3, 4 years? How do we save the ballot for them, right? How do we do that for all the other people who want to make impact in this state? And to be forward with you, across the country, how are we going to have a 50-state ballot access candidate in 2024 if we can't win this? This matters. And if we lose this, it will be a generation at least before there's any other real independent candidates that will be working on a normal basis here in New York State. There'll be 2 parties, Republican, Democrat, and then 2 parasite parties, which are the conservatives and the working families. They're parasite parties. So 2 parasite parties, and then 2 Republican and Democrat and Republican party. Only parties that will steal your money and lie. That's it. There'll be nothing else. Nothing else. Those who steal your money and lie. At least I don't lie to you. I don't steal your money. I show you where the money goes. So at least there's that. You've got something better in me than you have in them for sure. So look, if you can help out, please help out. And I would ask it again, actually for right now, if you could like and comment and share this and let other people know what we're doing, why it matters, why you have to show up. This date is an important date, not just for me, for us, and for the future. It's a very important date. It really matters. Please show up. And again, if you can't make it, I get it. Maybe you got a job, family, whatever. I got it. It is during the week. It's a Friday at 9:30, and they don't care, but it's fine. Whatever. It is what it is. You can't make it. Get someone else if you can. If you can't do that, please send out that email. Send out that tweet. Do that direct message. Write the letter. Pick up the phone. Whoever, whatever media you watch, whatever media you consume, let them know this is happening on this date, September 9th, 9:30 in Albany, right? If they know that and they show up, it mattered tremendously. If I get some press before it starts, awesome. Please help me out on this a lot. And what we're seeing now, please like and comment and share. It is costing the campaign tens of thousands of dollars to do this, but we have to. We dropped hundreds of thousands on ballot access. And some of you are saying, Larry, you're not as aggressive out there as you were last time. You're right. Guilty as charged. Why? I didn't have to spend $400,000 to get in the ballot. Didn't have to last time. Last time, to be forward, it was much easier. 1/3 as hard. And local LP could handle it on their own. It was okay. They handled it on their own. To be forward, I did very little last time to get in the ballot last time. Very little. I did some, but relatively hardly anything compared to what I tried to do this time. Hardly anything last time. And we got on. Now, oh my God, so much harder, so much more than we expected. And also to be forward with you, and I will openly admit this, I had no idea how bad it would be. I thought it would be bad. I did. I wasn't fooling myself that it wasn't going to be bad. But this level, and then getting lawsuits from the Conservative Party to throw me off the ballot when I get on the ballot. I mean, didn't see that coming. That one I did not see. And there we go. That happened too. So there were certain things we were not ready for, but We responded to the best of our ability. We're still responding, and they haven't dropped us yet. So we're still rocking and rolling. If you say, Larry, I'm not sure I can show up. I might not be able to show up or even help. There's something else you can do then. If you can't do any of those things, then donate. Then donate. If you can't show up on Friday or call the press or get someone to show up, then do me a favor and donate right now. Whatever you can do. $10, $20. If you got tons of money, I always say, if you can drop $1,000, if you have it, drop it if you have it. If you don't have it, no worries. You got 5, 10, that will also work. Or either one, whatever you can do, show up or like, comment, share, interact with this post. It does matter. If you want some cool stuff, head over to larrysharp.com/shop, pick up a shirt, pick up a lawn sign. That'd be awesome. A lawn sign would be amazing. Pick up a bumper sticker, whatever's going to make sense. That's great. That would help. But there's a second piece here. That's important. There's a second piece. Some of you may have noticed we are pushing for volunteers again. Why? We were kind of frozen for a bit. Frozen because we didn't know what the courts were going to do. We didn't know what kind of campaign we're going to run. To be forward, we had lost a little bit of our way. And a lot of people just started to feel like this isn't going to work. There's no chance. And a lot of our volunteers walked away. I'm disappointed, but I understand. We've had defeat after defeat after defeat. And some of you may be mad at me, but I hope you'll give me one thing. When I get knocked down, I get back up and we keep fighting. We're still here. Some have left. I get it. I need people to come back. If you did volunteer before and you thought it's over and it's done, come back. We need you. If you haven't volunteered yet, we need you now. Head on over, larrysharp.com/volunteer. I need volunteers for multiple things. Thing number one, badly, people who can edit videos. I need a lot. I have a lot of content, but I got to get it edited up, right? Into little good bite-sized chunks that people can see and things like that. And that takes time. I know those of you who can do it, you know, that's not 5 minutes, right? That takes time and it takes skill. Not anybody can do it well. I mean, anybody can do it, but not everybody can do it well. So it takes time and skill to edit well and effectively. If you can do that, that would be amazing. We need those volunteers like there's no tomorrow. So please go ahead, jump on board. But there's a second piece of volunteers I need too. Those who can help me put together events in your area. That will help too. I am out, if you can see. Actually, tomorrow I am in the Columbia County Fair. And then I'm at the Hudson Valley Balloon Festival. Columbia County Fair tomorrow from 1 to 3. The Hudson Valley Balloon Festival from 5 to 7. So I'm out there at the LP booth, shaking hands, kissing baby, saying hi, pressing the flesh. As always, I will be there. Next weekend, I'm out again doing more events. I think I'm doing a city event, I think, next week during the week. Yeah, I think so. And then I will be in on September 10th. I'll be in Washington County, Warren County, and Hamilton County on the 10th. So I'm going to be doing that kind of that northern country area the December 10th and 11th. So I'll be up there in that area. Herkimer, I think also I'll be in those counties the next weekend. So I'm out and about. So if you can help us to put together an event, that'd be awesome. If you can show up at the event, that'd be awesome. Anything like that will also be very helpful. So I need volunteers tremendously. I need one more type of volunteer too. And that is someone who can do something insanely simple. However, it can be tedious, but it's simple, but it can be tedious. And that is I need people to volunteer that when they see my stuff and they get a notification that I put something out, that you interact with it, that you either like it or comment or share or some combination, you get it out there and something else, you tell your friends. I know it's tedious. I put out a decent amount of content. Yes, I know it's tedious. And you might think it doesn't matter. Larry, what is my one like or what is my one share? Does it really matter? Yes, 100% yes. Your thanks, Larry, or click like or share. Yes, every single one of those matter. The shadow banning that I still get is horrible. I've got to break that algorithm. Every once in a while you see me do it. Usually it's with someone else's stuff. But when it's mine, if we do it once in a while, it happens. It only works when people are liking and commenting and sharing. So yours does matter. Please do it. If you can volunteer for that, we actually will have a team that'll help us let everybody know, hey, boom, something came out. Spend some time interacting with it. It does matter. Like it, comment, whatever the case may be, put it into your other areas. We're not going to get a lot of mainstream press. We never do. So we have to get this kind of press. It's the only way we can do it. So please volunteer for this if you can. Volunteering for this is going to help us tremendously. So please, let's do it. And again, I keep saying it. If you're saying, Larry, I love you. You're awesome. That's why I'm watching you. However, I can't volunteer to do this. I'm not online all the time. It's not the kind of person I am. I'm not going to do this. Okay. Then you know what you can always do? Fall back to the same thing. Donate. That's the fallback. If you can't do other things, I need all the things, right? But if you can't do the things, I get it. You can't. Not where you are right now. Can you donate instead? Can you throw $10, $15, $20? Are you in a good spot? Do you get a bonus for the summer or something? You can throw $500 my way. All of that helps. Some of you may notice last time when I ran, every time I went someplace, I had tons of t-shirts, bumper stickers, and signs. Why do I not have that now? I think you know why. Because I had to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on ballot access and tens of thousands of dollars on lawsuits. That's all money that I would have spent on all those other things. Some of you remember how much we had tons of ads, Facebook ads. We've lost a lot of that cash too. It's a tougher campaign this time. So every little bit of donation does count. That's going to be ads. That's going to be, gas for the car. That's all the things, right? So yes, we need more and more of those things. Please do it if you can. If you can't donate, or if you want to donate and get something, you can go to the store and shop, right? So donate, get a shirt, donate, get car magnets and put car magnets. If you're one of those Uber drivers and you can scam and put a Larry Show Up for Governor, magnet on your car, I like that. Put it on the side of your car, drive it around, everybody will see it. All good. Every little bit you can. So if you can't donate, you can always shop. Now, there's another piece. You might be saying, Larry, why are we working so hard for this? Why would I want to jump back in? People are telling me it's a lost cause, blah, 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 blah. Well, let me tell you the actual lay of the land right now. Realistic lay of the land. And what is our pathway to victory? A realistic lay of the land, the Republican's going to get his butt kicked. But we knew that. We knew that already. I told you that literally years ago. There is no chance for a Republican to win a statewide election in the state. The chance doesn't exist. It's zero. Never going to happen ever. He is capped by default with the almost 3-1 Democrat Republicans in this state. And it's just getting worse. And the Roe decision made more Democrats come out. They're going to come out even more. So he's extra crushed now, right? He's probably going to lose by 20 points, 25 points. He's going to get slaughtered. Of course he is. How do I know that? Because his money is drying up. And those of you who are paying attention to me, I told you that would happen. I told you earlier this year that he starts off strong because people thought there was going to be a massive red wave. They could throw money at the Republican in New York and he might win. And then I told you, once they figure out he can't win, they're going to stop giving him money. Already happening. Some of you may realize Republican was supposed to have Ron DeSantis show up at one of his events. Oh, canceled for whatever reason. Yeah, now he's not coming. He's got something like $1 million left in his account. You make $1 million, a lot of money. I know. I wish I had the $1 million, but he already had 12. He's down to $1 million. Kathy Hochul has over $15 million. Yeah, over $15 million she has. He's got $1 million. They're still throwing money at her because she's still winning and has power. He has no chance of victory. They're not spending money on him anymore. Why would they? And I'm not trying to be mean. That isn't my goal, to be mean. My goal is to give you an accurate out of the environment. His money's drying up. Of course it is. Because why would you put money into that lost cause? There's no chance of victory, and worse, no chance of impact. None. He will just suck up votes. He literally took $12 million. He literally suckered $12 million out of Republicans in this state to throw it away on a vanity run and to make no impact whatsoever, knowing he would make no impact whatsoever. Well, he'd get lots of votes. The Republicans have been coming in second for 20 years. No change. No change. The state we got now is with Republicans coming in second. So that's a done deal. That's not going to happen. Unless something changes, Kathy Hochul is going to be governor again. I hate that I'm saying that. I do. So what does that mean for you? If you are a Democrat and you're okay with Kathy Hochul, I'm not sure why you're watching, but if you are, you're good. You might as well vote for me and help me out because your person's going to win, right? That's great. So why do you guys help me out? If you're not, how are you going to make impact? You can give your money and your time and energy to the Republican. He will throw it away, laugh at you, take all your money. He's already getting paid by the government because he's a sitting congressman. He's getting paid to run. I'm not. I'm just getting my ass kicked. He gets paid to run. He gets paid to run. He'll take your money, laugh at you, pay his friends and cronies tons of money, and then he'll go back to whatever he's doing and be a lawyer or whatever he's going to do, or work for Trump or something, whatever he's going to do. That's what he'll do. He's done. Never see you again. Won't care. But imagine if they'd given me that $12 million. If they had given me that $12 million, I would be the next governor. I'm not even joking. But that's not going to happen. Didn't happen. They don't actually want any change. That's why they didn't do that. They want to change. They would have done that. So what am I telling you? Well, do we have a chance to victory ourselves? I'm telling you, the Republican has no chance. Do I have a chance? I do. I have a chance. And here's how. I'm copying the same model as Jesse Ventura from Minnesota. If you remember, some of you are old enough, you may remember in the 90s, Jesse Ventura was an independent gubernatorial candidate, and he became governor of Minnesota. How? He got in the debates, had a great showing, won the election. I'm hoping I do that. That is my pathway to victory. To be forward with you, that is. If we win our lawsuit on the 9th, I'll be on the ballot, and I probably will be in the debates. That happens, we got a shot. That is our pathway to victory. But let's say we don't win, or we win and we're not in debates. Changes things. If we win our election, if we win our appeal, we have an actual chance of coming in second. We do. If I'm on the ballot, we can come in second. How do I know this? Once I'm on the ballot, that press will go everywhere that I got back on. I'll be the only independent governor candidate on the ballot this year. I get all the people who are pissed off. Money will come in finally because the big wigs will go, oh, you got a shot of impact. Here's lots of money. When that money comes in, ads, travel, rallies, all the big things that happen, we got a shot of actually coming in second place. You might go, Larry, why do I care if you come in second? Who cares? Here's the reason why. If the Republican comes in second, nothing changes. They always come in second. If I come in second, oh my God. I mean, look, if I win the thing, the entire world changes overnight. I mean, it just changes everything if I win. If I come in second, it still changes. What changes for you in New York? Why do you care in New York? Here's why. If I come in second, that means I'll have gotten at least 1 million votes. If I get 1 million votes or more, I hope I get tons, right? If I actually get 1 million votes, if that actually happens and I come in second, if that happens, at that point, everyone notices what I've been saying, who I am, all the stuff we've been talking about for years. This becomes mainstream in an era to where guys like Yang, who are much more mainstream than I am and much more popular than I am, have been pushing the concept already. They're already pushing the concept. Now I come up, boom, everyone's paying attention. And now the things we talk about, the libertarian ideals, start becoming mainstream. Every single libertarian, I wouldn't even say libertarian. I mean, yes, I care because I'm clearly libertarian, I'm biased, but every single third party person running next year benefits from this. Every one of them. They're all more valid. They all get more money. They all have a chance. They're all going to be covered. And now, because I'll be popular when I go out and help them, as I did in 2019, now in 2023, all of a sudden now, as I start coming around and helping people, we start raising more money, more press, more everything. We have more victories. Again, we had 107 victories in 2019. We could have 250 victories in 2023. Easily, just becoming in second. It will change things. And on top of that, it'll change our election law. In New York State Board of Elections is controlled by the top two parties. Democrat and Republicans, the top two. It would then become Democrat and Libertarian. Republicans will be kicked off. They're not going to be kicked off. There's not enough libertarians to do this. They're going to rewrite the law. And it's fine. I'm okay with that. No worries if we write it. But when they rewrite it, they will have to add third parties, which means we will have a multi-party democracy. If you know, in New York State, we don't have that. We have a single-party democracy. I would like to have a multi-party democracy. We will have one overnight. There's change even if I come in second. If I get in the ballot, we can do that. Let's say we lose. I'm trying to give you an honest environment here. Let's say we lose the appeal. I'm not in the ballot. We're going to do a kick-ass write-in campaign. If we can get our 130, if we get 130,000 votes or more in the write-in, we still get ballot access. We still become an official party. So we can push through it and get the party. I don't come in second. I don't get the massive million votes. I got it. Doesn't happen. But at least I get that. And why does that matter? Because even that's news. Oh my God. We got third party, got ballot access through a write-in. People notice, we keep going, and we're still set for next year. My impact isn't as great as I wanted it to be, but I can still cross the state and support people in this party who are running, who are trying to make change, giving people another option. We can still do that. So there is a chance for actual change if you put your time, your money, your energy behind this campaign. You still get impact. If you do it to the other two, you get exactly the same thing. And if you're happy with exactly the same thing, I don't know why you're watching, but good for you. You're set, because that's going to happen. If you do nothing else, you will get exactly the same thing we've had for 20 years. If you're good with that, congrats, I guess. I'm not. I hope you're not. That means put your time, your money, your energy into this campaign. That's why I'm asking. That is our path to success. It does exist. So help me out and like and comment and share. It does matter tremendously. Volunteer if you can. Volunteer if you can too. Click that volunteer. I know we had problems in the past. Why? Because we had people leave. We had people leave the campaign as we started losing, we started losing ballot access, losing lawsuits. People just packed up and left. And a lot of people got stuck just in nowhere as we had to change email addresses and change things. It happened, right? It does happen. They're volunteers. I get it. I'm not mad at them. I get it. We're back, right? The advantage. I was on a radio show about 2 weeks ago, and I was talking to a caller, and the caller was talking about the Marines in the Korean War fighting in the Chosin Reservoir in North Korea, 1951, I think. It was 50. I think 51. Might be 50. I think it's 51. Anyway, whatever. One of those 2 years. They're fighting in that area, and it was in the winter, so they called it the frozen Chosin is what they called it. When the Chinese came across the Yalu River, almost all of the other Allied units just either broke and ran or surrendered. The 1st Marine Division did not. It got hit hard, battered, but it got back up. Everyone became a rifleman. Everyone became a rifleman. That's what Marines do. And we marched to the sea, fighting our way to the sea, and we actually Navy came, picked us up, and we actually got picked up and got it so we could reattack again in the future. That's what we did. That's what we're doing now. We're getting hammered badly. We are. It's true. But we're not done. We're still fighting. We've got a couple of shots to actually win this thing. If not an actual victory, a good shot at coming in second place. If we can't do that, we can still get ballot access and party status. We can still have a victory out of this and prepare ourselves for a better fight next time. I don't want to end this thing. Everyone else has quit. That's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. So many of you who have stood beside me during all this, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Larry, you better not quit, you son of a, you better not. I'm sitting there with you. I'm still donating. I'm still liking and commenting and sharing. You better not quit. I'm not gonna. I told you that if you put your time, money, and energy into me, that I will keep going. You will get something from me. And I proved it after 2018. 2018, people put money and energy into me, and I'm the only one here from 2018 in New York State. I'm the only one still here. I'm the only one still fighting. I'm the only one still, everybody else has quit. I'm still here. You put your money and energy into me, and I'm still here. I haven't stopped. I still cross this state. That hasn't changed. I'm still doing it. And I haven't stopped. I know you're thinking that, and you're right. I get it. That's why you support me. All right. I got to produce value for my customers. I get how that works. I'm producing value. I'm still here. So thank you for those of you who've been with me for so long, who've been doing the liking, the comment, the sharing, who've been donating. I get it. I'm still doing it. I'm giving too. I'm not working now. So I won't work till probably December. So, I stopped working last December. So I'll go a year without a salary. As I say always, don't feel sorry for me. I knew what I was doing. I volunteered for this. So don't feel sorry for me. I'm saying it so you understand that I am also sacrificing. That is why I'm saying it. I'm not asking you to sacrifice if I'm not going to sacrifice, right? I'm sacrificing, so I'm asking you to sacrifice. So don't feel sorry for me. I knew what I was doing. I volunteered for this. I'm asking you, though, sacrifice with me. Whether that's volunteering, whether that's donating, whether that's doing the like, comment, and share, whether that's picking up a sign, right, and putting it inside your house, whether that's getting a t-shirt, all good. Whatever it is, please, I need your help. I'm sacrificing. Please sacrifice with me. If you can donate, that's always going to be a good thing. I appreciate it tremendously. The last piece I want to bring up, which is related to what I just talked about. It's what you know, if you pay attention, the full sharp. The full sharp is when I travel around the state. And I've literally traveled around the state 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, and now 2022. This was my 5th time hitting every single county. I'm not done yet, though. This time, I was really halted, mostly because of dollars and cents and time and all the things. But I'm still on it. I'm starting again. As I said, I'll be in Columbia County this week, and then Dutchess County also tomorrow, both of them. And when I'm there, that one of them is, I think, stop number 42. I've got about 20 stops left this year before I actually make my full sharp for 2022. Why would I do that? Why is that so important? Why am I so fixated on every year touching every county at least one time, if not multiple times? Because if I'm going to talk the talk, I have to walk the walk. I say all the time, localization matters. Each county should be each county. That's the way we will make things work. That's how you fix New York State. I talk that trash all the time. Well, if I'm going to talk the talk, I have to walk the walk. So I do. So I'm out there doing that now. If you can help with that, that's awesome. If you can show up at an event, I cannot tell you how much it means when we show up to events, particularly North Country. North Country is one of my hardest places to find people. I will go to North Country events, 3 people show, 2 people show. It's very hard. So if you're in North Country, if you can make one of these events coming up here, please make it. It matters so much because I'll go to a spot and there'll be 2 or 3 people. It happens, right? Usually if I'm not North Country, I get more than that. I get 20, 30, 40, depends how many people show up, right? It depends. But North Country, notoriously, I wind up with 2 or 3 people. A lot. Not always. I do sometimes get 10. It does happen. But as those of you know North Country, it is a sparsely populated area. There are less people there. I get it. So if you're in North Country in New York State, please try to go out of your way to show up to the events. It really does matter. Like if you can. I know you have to drive an hour and a half. I'm driving longer. So that's something. So I hope that makes sense. But as I go around, I'll start giving out. I'll start doing lives to the best of my ability. I can't always do live. Sometimes the area isn't conducive to a live, or the Wi-Fi is very bad, or that does happen sometimes. But whenever I can, I do a live. So you can see who I'm talking to, see what I'm asking, hear actual questions, see when I get yelled at, see when people get mad at me. People aren't always happy to see me. That's not always the case. And those of you who travel with me know I do get yelled at sometimes. You guys see it online sometimes. People get mad at me and yell at me. It happens all the time. So when that does happen, I still show it to you. I try to give you as much transparency as I can. I'm out there now still making that happen. So if you want to support me, please do so. As I said, show up to events matters. But from the beginning of this live stream, I want to go back to the most important place to show up. This next Friday, September 9th, is our court date. Please come into that courtroom. If you can make it next Friday, September 9th, 9:30, the Robert Abrams building in the Empire Plaza, 5th floor. If you can make it, please do so. It really matters if you can make it. Fill that courtroom if you can. Bring your friends. If you go, Larry, I love you, I can't do it. I'm working, or I got family, or I got my kids, whatever. Okay. Can you get somebody else to show up instead? That works. I need warm bodies in those seats. If you can get somebody to show up, that's okay. That will totally work if you can get somebody else. If you can't do either of those, okay. Can you call the press? Tell the press, any press that you intake, whatever that is. I don't care if it's TV, internet, radio, newspaper, whatever. Let them know we're doing this so they can show up and they can cover it. It really does matter. I cannot stress how much it matters. If you can do it, please do it. It does matter. And when things are popping up, like and comment and share. If we do this, we can still move forward. Without it, we're going to fall back to the same old thing. And some of you, I know, are upset about how Trump talks. And some of you are upset about how Biden talks. And I get it, because Biden has become Trump all of a sudden. Now he's yelling and screaming the same way Trump used to yell and scream. Everybody's yelling and screaming. Okay, got it. We're all yelling and screaming. Who's not yelling and screaming? The third parties. We're the ones not yelling and screaming. If we don't allow the third parties to have some kind of impact, we're just going to keep yelling and screaming. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. We can't let this happen. Support us. Help. Let me grab some comments. I know I've been yapping for a while. Many of you have been in the comments. I'm going to keep going here if I can. Grab some of these comments. I appreciate you guys. So Keith says, no Green Party candidate. Where's Howie? Howie has also quit. He's also not running. So I like Howie. He's my friend, but he's not fighting anymore. It's really just, I'm really the last one out there doing it. So that's where he is, Keith. So yes. Thomas says the DNC and RNC serve the elite at the expense of voters. Always. Never help them get elected unless you want to continue the abuse they give us. Yes, yes, and yes. Jamie says they keep dragging this shit out. What a commie asshole New York is. You know, the funny thing is, Jamie, is you're right. Even if I get on the ballot, and I hope I do, obviously, they will have burned 6 months of my time and money on this. 6 months of my time, 6 figures of my money to do this. You're right. So even if I get on, they've devastated me already. I'm already crippled. I was crippled already. Now I'm double crippled. But doesn't matter. I'm still going forward. I'm getting up and I'm kicking ass. I'm going. Doesn't matter. But yes, even if they lose their lawsuit and I win, they still won. So yes, absolutely. So all right. Shane says, hello from Ireland. Best luck with the campaign. Thank you, Shane. I appreciate that. Absolutely. I love that. Keith continues, the fact that you've had to go through all of this just to be on the ballot is complete and utter bologna sausage. Ooh, I like that. Bologna sausage. I don't know how people still support duopoly after they've seen them try to get past the voters. The issue is, Keith, is what I'm happy about what Yang has done. And obviously Yang and I don't agree on everything, clearly. But I want to always give credit where credit is due. The one thing Yang has done better than we have done is he has shown the average person, because he's just more popular, how bad the two-party system is. More people know about it than ever. Most people had no idea. Now more do. So I'm glad he's out there doing that. I hope that more people see it. I hope they see us doing our thing too. If more people see it, it will be better. So yes, I think you're right. So yes. All right. Let's see if I can go down here. I will spread the word to any third-party supporters I know. Thank you, Spencer. Thank you so much. I wish I could do more. I'll also reach out to the one press person I know, but they work for a very small application. Spencer, that matters. And let me explain why it matters. Some of you may say, Larry, all I know is some local this or local that. Spencer, that matters for 2 reasons. 1, if that person actually covers this in any way, we can then share that on our social media. Look, a publication is doing something. That gets them more press, which is good for them. They get more eyeballs, and it helps us get more press. So yes, still works. Second thing is, in many cases, small publications, the writers often write for multiple publications because they're so small. So if the one writer who picks it up writes in that publication, they also may put an article in 2 or 3 other small publications. Again, magnifying everybody. So totally good, Spencer. I hope they pick it up. Thank you for your help. I need it. Please do that. Thank you. All right. I think it's Carrie. Can we still have to say ballot acts in 2024 now that the LPN MN is disaffiliating? I actually don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. Is that a done deal already? I don't mean to be. I'm not going to be flippant. I'm not. I just don't know that that's happening. I'm not paying that much attention outside of New York because I'm running now. I tend to pay more attention outside of New York when I'm not running. When I'm running, it's rare that I pay much attention outside. So I don't even know that's happening. So there's no way I can answer that question. I hope so. But regardless, let's, for the sake of argument, let's say that's true, that they are doing it. I don't actually know. Then, yeah, the ballot access is easier in New Mexico than it is New York. So it will be easier to get in the ballot there, regardless of what the LP does there. I hope that answers your question. So, all right. Lisa says, is there an event flyer for the court date? Where can we get more info, like an address? Yes, it will come out. We will have it. We will have a press release coming out here soon, and we will have a flyer coming out this weekend. We will do that. I want to let you know in advance, but yes, there will be one. And again, it is the Robert Abrams building. I'm in the Empire Plaza, 5th floor. But yes, we will have it out. Thank you for that. That's a great question. So yeah. All right. Let's see here. Spencer question, what is the actual title of the case and the actual legal purpose? Yes, it is it Larry Sharp and the LPNY versus, if I'm not mistaken, let me see if I can find it real fast. All righty. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see if I can. It is Larry Sharp and the Libertarian Party for the office of governor of the state of New York versus the New York State Board of Elections and John O'Connor. It's the appellate division docket number 535999. Hope that helps. Right? Docket number 535999. That should help. They can just check it online. It is public knowledge. I hope that helps. So, all right. Let's see here. Elaine says, I don't think you want to be associated with the media I consume. Elaine, yes, I do. I don't care what it is. I will take it. Yes. So, Elaine, go on with your bad self. Please, 100%. If I can't get on mainstream media, I will take what I can get. Right? That's it. Yes, absolutely. Ronwell Nogales. Ronwell says, hi, Larry Sharp. Saw you on Savvy Sabs. Oh, I love that. It was a good show. Sabrina's great. I do have a question. How does one become a delegate? That's a great question. You would have to go through the LPNY, right? So you go through the LPNY. It's lpny.org. Check them out and they will tell you. That doesn't happen for me. That goes through the actual state party. So yes. And I want to say something about Sabrina. I was happy she had me on because I find that as I try my best to get on more left-leaning media, many of them will just not have me on, will just ignore me, will just not respond. I was very happy. She's obviously a left-leaning media outlet, and I'm very happy that she had me on and let me speak, and we had a good conversation. Nothing but props to Sabrina for doing that. She didn't have to. She could have just blown me off as, another crazy libertarian, and she didn't. So very happy about that. Nothing but props to her for doing that. Clearly, we didn't agree on many things. And her audience, oh my God, her chat hated me. But it's fine. I'm happy that I was on. I'm happy we could share. All good. Thank you for that, Romeo. Yes. Liberty Shamrocker says, keep up the good fight, Larry. I'm trying. Yes, I'm trying. Phil says, carpooling next Friday. I like that. Maybe we're going to make some carpools from other places. Carpool. Phil, you're thinking. I like it. Absolutely. So, all right. Phil says, to be fair, the current political division created by Chancellor Biden. Nicely done. And company have made the big two vicious. I think there is viciousness. I agree. Yes. Add to that the Mises takeover and subsequent inertia probably has enough. Yeah, our internal, the LP's internal fighting has not been helpful. That's for sure. It hasn't been helpful. What are you gonna do? Right? Sucks. The internal fighting has not been good. But we have to keep going. People always get mad and say, well, oh my God, the LP is bad at this and bad at that. The LP is always bad at stuff. It's always bad at stuff. We're a party that has to go through so many losses, that get so many people who are angry at each other. Of course we are. We fight all the time. Yes, I hate it, but I said it years ago, and I'll say it again. The Libertarian Party is a disaster. However, it's still the best chance we got at making any change, even how bad it is some days. Some days it's a disaster. I get it. What's she going to do? Where's she going to go? If you can find the other place, I'm open. My ears are open, right? When the Ford Party came out, I reached my hand out. Hey, maybe is this some vehicle we can help us do? I'm open. So I get it. Yes. Rebecca, see you at the Columbia Fair tomorrow. Oh, Rebecca, be good to see you. Yes, absolutely. I appreciate that. A Facebook user says, you are true to your word, Larry. You don't give up. That's true. Yes, absolutely. Yes. I can't stop. I have to. 100%. So yes, 100%. So let's see. The Rocket Man says, I hope you are reinstated. Me too. Me too. Absolutely. Me too. So Daniel says, thanks for fighting a good fight, Larry Sharp. Larry, answer man Sharp. I like that. He's the only one with real practical solutions that can set change in motion, break duopoly, monopoly in New York's case. That is my hope, guys. This goes, you bring up a very important point, Daniel, why this also matters tremendously. The more people see what we're doing, the more people pay attention and go on the website, hear what I'm saying. And if I'm not running next year, and I will be running for nothing next year, someone else will be, right? Other libertarians will be running for stuff. Other non-libertarians will be running for stuff. And if they want to grab my ideas and use them, good. Good. Take them. Take all the ideas and use them. Put them in your in your platform. I'll help you put them in there. Take it. Right? I'm not here. People always say, "Well, Larry, it's, you just want to. Why don't you just run locally and win something? Why are you doing this?" Because if I just want to win something, and that was my only goal, why the hell would I run for governor as a libertarian? Right? I mean, if my goal was to win something, I'd be really dumb if that was my goal. If my goal was to win something, I'd run in New York City locally as Democrat and I'd win something. That's how it works, right? I'd run as a Democrat in New York City and win something. Yay, I won something, right? That's fine. I'm not here to win something. I want to win. Why? Because it'll make change. Change is the key. That's what I want to do. So whatever I do is to create change, not just to win something. Well, Larry, you want your name. I have my name on a show already. I got the vanity piece taken care of. I don't require that either. So if you want to take all of my ideas and run exactly my campaign, please do so. That would be amazing. I'm not going to complain at all. Please do so. So yes, this is a valid point, Daniel. If we do this and make any impact, people pay attention, they'll start taking our plans and using them. We will have a freer New York and a freer society. 100%. Yes, that is important. Chewin says, what's your take on the speech from a Vice President Biden gave last night? I guess I'm not very surprised. A lot of people are surprised. I'm not that surprised. The timing for him is very good. I think it's going to work for what he wants to do. I mean, the people who don't like him don't like him. And it's the same thing as you just saw with Governor Hochul, right? Governor here in New York said, you know, if you're a Republican, pack up and go to Florida. We don't need you. In New York State, she's right. Cuomo said it in 2014. Cuomo said in 2014, if you're a conservative, there's no place for you in New York State. Cuomo said that in 2014 because he knew the state back then was 2-1. Now it's almost 3-1. She knows she can say what she wants. It doesn't matter. She's going to win. And when she says Republicans leave a state, she's only trying to do one thing. She wants to rally the Democratic base to show up. And that red meat does that. I'm just being forward. It does it, too. And I know you don't like it. I don't like it either. And as I said, I'm trying to give you an honest environment. When she said that stuff, Democrats weren't mad about that. They were like, yeah, Republicans. And the base comes out. And if the base comes out, she knows she wins. That's it. Cuomo did the same thing. And I think Biden said, oh, now the red wave that was going to be there is now coming down heavily because of the Roe decision. And I warned you all you pro-lifers, I did warn you that if this happens, what's going to happen? They're going to make every pro-lifer anti-woman. And now the pro-choice is going to become pro-abortion. You're seeing it happen. And it's happening. And so he knows that. So he's taking advantage of it. He's hitting hard, hoping to get his base out hard. He's also hoping something else. Joe Biden really wants Trump to announce. And again, for his sake, smart move. If Trump announces, he can make the election about Trump and not about Biden. This is a smart move. I get it. If I was a Democrat, I'd be thinking the same thing. So that is my take. I'm not surprised at all. Hochul did it. He's doing it. The hope is to get Trump to say that, to announce, and then they can make the entire. He's trying to make the entire election about Trump. And if he does that, then the Democrats will come out. Nothing unites Democrats more than Trump. And again, some of you don't like it. It's just true. I'm trying to be honest with you all. It's true. And they know it. And so if they can make that happen, they're good. So, yes. All righty. So we're going here. Daniel says, Zeldin's campaign is the weakest, most pathetic I've seen from Republican. Crime, cops, gun laws, the lawyers got. It's like he doesn't know what state he's in. That's my point. You see, this is why I think he knows he can't win. Right? You don't come to New York State, 3-1 Democrat, Republican, and all answers you have is more cops. Not New York. That's not who New York State is. It's just not who the state is. You do that if you want to raise money from diehard Republicans, which is what he wants. He wants to raise money from diehard Republicans. He's still running a primary campaign. That's why he wins the primary. He still thinks he's running a primary. His people are terrible, or he's terrible, or they're all terrible. They're running a campaign that he'd win in the primary and lose in New York State. He doesn't know what state he's in. You're totally correct. It's not the state we live in. It just isn't. So, yes. Paula says, whomever was guest hosting on Hannity's radio show was crying that Lee is running out of money and that, yes, he can win. Lee can do it. It was sad. Thank you, Paula. I'm not making this up. He's running out of money. Thank you, Paula. He is. There's no doubt. Again, I want you to put yourself in that position. Say you're a big, heavy hitter Republican donor, and you can write a check for $10,000, $20,000. That's the person you are. You can do that. You do that kind of thing. You write checks for $20,000, $30,000. You have that type. Good for you. I hope you're all that way. You say to yourself, I like Republicans and I want to give my money away. Where am I going to give it to? Are you going to give it to a guy who can't win? Why would you? When you'd rather give it to some guy saying, how about that race in Pennsylvania between Oz and Fetterman? That's a tight race. Wouldn't you rather put your money there if you wanted to have a Republican win? Right? So you probably want to go to a place where your Republican could win. That makes sense. For you, that's an investment. For many people who give smaller donations, they care about the individual candidate. But for people who give the big dollars, $20,000, $30,000, it's much more an investment for them. So their mindset is, what am I going to get from it? I'm going to put money into this guy Zeldin, he's going to lose. Why bother? I'll put in this other guy, I might get a win. So that's exactly why he's struggling. And it's why I said earlier, Paul, if you were paying attention, I'm sure you probably were. I said this earlier this year. This was going to happen. His money would dry up. And it is. Because once they figure out that he's not going to win, they're going to stop supporting him. And that's what's happening already. This, for most of these people who are heavy hitters, it's an investment. That's how they think. So yes. All righty. Let's see here. All righty here. Paula goes on to say, please, Larry supporters, ask radio and TV hosts in the New York market and nationally to interview Larry. Yes, please. Even if bots, trolls say something stupid, it still gets attention for Larry's campaign. And I have to yes. Look, to be clear, I know sometimes people, you get upset when bots beat me up. I get beat up all the time. But you know what? That's still engagement. Again, I knew what I was getting myself into. I knew that if I got into this, I'd get ripped apart. I go into the lines then and get torn to pieces. I knew what I was doing. So yes, I'll take it. Absolutely. I'll take it. So, all righty. Gene says, I shared it. Now I'm commenting. Thank you, Gene. Perfect. I hope you all do that. Follow her example. Thank you. I live in PA. If they get away with this BS in New York, how long will it be before they get away with it here, there, and everywhere? A bunch of months, maybe years. That's it. Yes, absolutely. So then it says Marines get it done. You were 0311. Oh yes, I was an 08 and I was an 02. I hung out with the 03. I hung out with the infantry when I was as a forward observer as an 0861. I wasn't a 6 when I was a 44, but I also hung out with them. And when I was on a survey team also. So I did surveying, fire direction, and forward observation. So yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. Then in 02, I was in intelligence, my second tour. So Semper Fi, brother, Semper Fi. So, all right. Nate says there are about a dozen hand-painted wooden signs that say right in Larry Sharp in Oneida and Madison County, with several dozen more to come. Expendo remaining. Yes, absolutely. For you military personnel, expendo remaining means fire everything you got. Absolutely. So yes, fire does not left. There's something else you can do, and Nate is giving me another idea for you to consider, and that is if you can make a homemade sign, that's awesome. That's awesome. If you can make a homemade sign, make a homemade sign. Whatever works, it helps. Whatever works. Yes. So, all righty. Abby says, Larry, how are you still a member of the Libertarian Party given the behavior of the Mises Caucus, LP, and H? You think making 6 million jokes is okay? I just explained why, Abby. Where else am I going to go? Where else are you going to go? Seriously. So there's bad actors? Yeah. There was bad actors in 2017 too. When I first became more involved, I became more involved at around 2016. I became more involved. I was decently involved in 2012, heavily in 2016. I tell a story often. The vice chair at one point had said in 2017 that all military members were murderers. Yes, if you're in the military, you're a veteran, you're a murderer. And if you're not a murderer, you're an accessory to murder. So it means you're just still a murderer and you should all be punished. I'm not joking. He said that. Yeah, and they keep doing it, and they're not going to stop. So you got someplace else to go. I'm open. I'm trying to make change. I don't care if someone gets upset or whatever. I can't let that be the reason that now, okay, I'm not gonna run now because somebody said a bad joke or whatever. I can't do it. There are too many bigger things that are involved in this. And if you don't want to vote for me or you want to abandon me or whatever, as people have done because some people said bad things, then I guess you'll do that. I hope you won't. I hope you won't walk away because of this. It's not helpful. You're just going to come back 3 years from now because that's what happened the last time in 2017. The same thing happened 3 years, everybody came back. You'll come back 3 years from now realizing that there is no other answer. and you've just lost 3 years when you could be working with us and fixing it. You can't change the party without being part of the party, right? You can't change it without being part of it. I have to try to set the right example to the best of my ability. I hope that works. Others will too, and will have the right example that will influence people. So for those of you who are mad about Mises, I will say the same thing as I always say. Whatever you think about them, good or bad, the reason why they won is because they could. Because others couldn't. Couldn't do, couldn't act, couldn't fix, couldn't stop. If you're mad about that, if you're happy about that, good for you. You've won. Congrats. If you're unhappy about that, get back in and fight again. I seem to get my ass kicked every other month, but I keep fighting. I'm not walking away. I would ask you, Abby, don't walk away. Stay and fight. If you don't like what they're doing, stay and fight and change it. Be the example. As Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in others. I'm trying to do that. I hope I do it well enough. I just don't see walking away. The other things in this country are far too important. That's my view. And I know people disagree, and I've also left my campaign because of it. I lose supporters because of it. I do. I get it if you want to leave. It is my opinion it's a bad idea to leave. That's my opinion. You'll do as you see fit. And if you leave, I will welcome you back whenever you come back. But I hope you stay. So yes. Patty says, your children and mine, we know we never gave up in what we believe in. They're what matters. They're the future we must work for. I agree. Yes. Oh, Patty, so sweet. Says, I wish I found you sooner. Thank you, Patty. That's great. I love that. Jesse says, what can I do to help? Money is strapped. Just bought a house. Congrats on your house, Jesse. That's awesome. Good for you, man. So yes, as I mentioned before, if you can give money, that's awesome. Not required, right? What I need is several things. Jesse, if you live in New York State, if you're around any of my events, try to show up. Showing up is so important. Having a warm body in that seat does matter. So if you can show up, please do so. I almost always do my events in some type of local place, diner, bar, brewery, someplace like that. If you can, please go there and buy something. Support local business. Buy a soda, buy a beer, whatever. If you drink beer, whatever you do, right? Do buy something in that local place to support that local place. And if you can. If you can't make my event, you don't live in New York State, or you can't make it, no worries. You can also do what we're talking about now. Like, comment, and share on everything. The more you like, you might think your click doesn't matter or your shit doesn't matter. It does. You start adding them up, and now we're killing it. So yes, this does matter. You commenting, you've just helped, right? You've just helped by commenting. So if you can share and like, that's amazing. The last piece is, can you reach out to any media that you consume, whether that's radio, TV, website, internet, YouTube, whatever you consume? Reach out to them and say, hey, look at what's happening with Larry Sharpe in New York State. Why don't you cover him? Why don't you invite him on? Why don't you ask him a question? This is terrible what they're doing in New York State. Why don't you do something? Cover him. That's helpful. So please, Jesse, any of those things, keep your money. You got your house. Congrats. You can do other things if you can. That would help tremendously. Yes, absolutely. All right. Let's see here. Keep going here. Paula says, loved your recent video clip on the strip mall on tax for driving a small business. Yes. Thank you for that, Paula. I appreciate it. We are doing more and more and more of those things. We're trying our best to do more and more and more of those things. We're getting out there and doing more. So thank you. I do appreciate it. Absolutely. Yes. All right. Let's see here. See if I can find this. Grab a couple more. Wow. I love these. Thank you so much. I love that. Paula says, Larry, 1 hour on any cable news prime time and you could win this. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And I struggle again. If you guys know and be forward, I will take any of them. MSNBC, Fox, CNN. I don't care. If you have any, I'll take any of them. You might go, but they may not like me. I'm fine if I get on and they beat me up. Let them. I am okay doing that. 100%. I'm okay doing that. 100%. Yes. So, Rocketman says, oh, independent media. Yes. Try the African Diaspora News Channel. Oh, that's not bad. I like that. Yeah, sure. ABL. I love all of them. Yes, absolutely. 100%. Absolutely. Let's see here. Facebook says, I have $5 per month taken out of my account since 2018. I can't do more until my monthly Social Security check comes. The donation needs to be done now. If you're already doing $5, that's amazing. And this is, I say this sometimes and people think I'm joking, but I'm not. There are some people in my world who can write a check for $10, $20, $30,000. And I'm happy and I want them. And I'm glad they support me. I need them. I couldn't do it without them. But the ones that make me feel sometimes are the smaller donations. The guy who gives me, $5 or $10. Sometimes that moves me even more than the guy who gives me 20,000. Sometimes it does. And the reason why is very often that person feels it. I know they felt it. If you know my background, I've come from a place where I know what it's like to not want to go into a store because you got no money, you can't buy anything. And for those of you who've been there or are there now, you know what I'm talking about. There are times when you're like, I'm not going to a store. There's no way. I can't buy anything. I got no money. There's no way I can buy anything. So now I'm going to go in. I'm just going to walk away. And that's not a good feeling when you're in that spot in your life. And many people have been there and got out. I hope you all get out. Some people are still in it now. Absolutely. But I hope if you are in it, you will get out. And $5, if that's what you can swing, that's perfect. If that's what you can swing, it's perfect. There are other things you can do to help out. I'm asking everybody to sacrifice a bit. I'm not asking you to bleed out, right? I don't need anybody to bleed out. Please sacrifice what you can do. I'm sacrificing. I'm asking you to do a little bit too. So it does not have to be for you, brother. If you can do more now, go ahead. But if you can't, it's okay. Do what you can do. As other things I said, if you can show up, if you can like, comment, share, if you can call media, that all works. Do that. That's fine too. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yes. All right. Let's see here. Daniel says, I enjoyed the Sabby show. I watched all through to the end after Larry. There's a good point on the left, right, and of course the center. Find your center. Yeah, right. And Daniel, I know a lot of people don't like when I'm on the shows like that, but I purposely want to go on those shows. They matter because those are a lot of Americans. They think about that, right? They think about that. It matters. So yes, you want to know what they're thinking. How can I communicate with them if I don't know what they're thinking? So yes. Someone says, by fighting amongst ourselves, we damage the LP image. Sadly, this is also how the party is structured based on our strong belief that freedom and individual rights are critical. Yeah, but there's one thing, Spencer, right? There is a choice that we make. And sadly, too many libertarians don't get this. And they say, I got to call out so-and-so on this thing. You don't have to call anybody out at all. That's not a must. You choose to. Now, maybe it's the right thing, but to even imagine that you have to, no, that's being righteous. You want to be righteous, so you call somebody out. And that's okay. You can do that. That's your First Amendment right if you want to do so. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm saying it's a choice. And if you want to, there's always one other choice, and that is just say nothing. So, Spencer, you say something I don't like. I can call out Spencer, and I can do that if I want to. That's me being righteous. Or I can just go, nothing. Or something else. I can learn how to use a direct message. I don't have to put the problem on blast to show how virtuous I am. If I don't like what you say, Spencer, I can reach out to you and say, dude, why'd you say that? You and I can have a conversation. Maybe I missed something. Maybe it's out of context. Maybe you're a jerk. I don't know. Any of those things are possible, but I don't have to put it out on blast. I could just talk to you directly, or I could say nothing, or I can put it on blast and be virtuous and show how cool I am. All of those are choices and options. And people, for some reason, in our culture now think, calling people out's the answer. I don't know. Biden called people out yesterday, didn't he? Doesn't Trump call people out? How's that working for us? It's making us angrier and madder at each other because they all thought they're being virtuous and calling people out. You can call people all day. Do they all of a sudden change? You can call me names. I get called names all the time. Hadn't changed me. I get told that I'm not good enough, not whatever. And it's not working. So, Spencer, I get what you're saying. I just keep saying it doesn't matter. And the worst part is most of the inside baseball LP stuff, if we don't push it most of the time, not always, but most of the time, nobody even cares. Nobody cares. We are our worst enemy. If we just would say nothing, most of it would just go away. But you are correct. You are correct. So, yes. So, All right. Humbug says, did you hear that Texas courts allowed third parties onto the ballot after the duopoly tried to block them? Yes, which is the reason why I feel good about this. Thank you. It's another reason why I feel good about this. We've got some precedent that maybe we could deal with. I agree completely. Yes. John says, I've been writing into the Blaze. Hit them up on Facebook for Glenn to get you back on the show. Thank you. I feel you can make an impact. Yes. Those of you who don't know, I actually was on Glenn Beck's show in 2018. If you want to check out Larry Sharp and Glenn Beck, you'll see my interview there. Absolutely. Yes. 100%. So, Patty says, you have the integrity and that scares him. Oh, well, thank you, Patty. Keep speaking the truth. It's what gives the rest of us courage to do the same. Thank you. I appreciate that. Daniel says, like, comment, and share all the way from Kansas. Oh, yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Spencer says, wait, were you artillery? Yes, I was artillery. Absolutely. The king of battle, Steel Rain, 100%. For you Marines and you, I went to the guys who know artillery better than Marines is without question the Army. The Army is all about artillery. I went and I learned, my artillery school was in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, outside of Lawton. That's where I went. So yes, artillery, 100%. Yes. All right, there we go. Let's see here. Pete says, hold on. There's bad actors in every party. Yes, 100%. Yes, absolutely. Then you goes on to say, as if Dems and reps are better, they're the ones sending us to kill so they can make fortunes. Not wrong. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. Abby says, this is the problem with right-wing politics, libertarian or conservatives. It always devolves into neo-fascism, abandon the LP and join the DSA, where they're anti-fascist. You know, Abby, I'm going to be very forward. I've actually gone to DSA meetings. Here, for those who don't know, here, the DSA is the Democratic Socialists of America. For those who don't know what DSA is. And they are pretty powerful, relatively, right? Here in New York City. If I'm not mistaken, the DSA has what? 4 or 5 people in the city council? And at least 3 or 4, probably Abby would know, but at least 3 or 4 actually at the state assembly. So they're relatively powerful here. The issue with the DSA is you're not your own party. You're a member. You're just a branch of the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party will never accept me at all. I mean, I don't think they would, at least at all. I can't imagine them accepting me. If you were a separate organization, like a separate party, I'd consider having a conversation. I talked with Howie Hawkins, right? Howie Hawkins is literally, he was the socialist candidate in 2020. And Howie Hawkins is a friend of mine, another former Marine, by the way. Anti-war Marine, also, as I am. So would I have a conversation? Of course I would. There are certain areas where we completely overlap, right? I actually, when I first started talking about running, I talked to Howie about the idea of him giving me a Green Party member to be on my ticket to be Attorney General. I actually discussed the idea with him. Didn't go over. It wasn't going to work. But I was open to the idea. I'm open to making things work. If I have to create a coalition, I am open to that conversation. And we do have some overlap. I completely agree. DSA was actually very polite to me when I went there. They're very nice. Been there more than once. Very polite. But they do not want to hear what I have to say. They were not interested. I've asked more than once, can I speak? Can I talk? They're polite when I'm there. They're never mean to me. That's good. But they are not. They're not interested in hearing me speak. So maybe if you could help hook me up so I could speak there, I happily would. So yes. Let's see here. Ben says, tonight, every time I tune in, I don't know what that means. I'm not in New York, but I'm here to support you. Thank you. Heard some good ideas on Timcast. Thank you. I tune in probably 1/5 the time you're on talks. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate it. Every little bit is good. I mean, every little bit counts. I appreciate it tremendously. So yes. Joel says, I'm getting so many bad arguments on comments about splitting the vote. Worse than ones that say they like Larry Sharp but won't vote for him because he can't win. So here's the issue, Joel. If you find someone in New York who says, I can't vote for Larry, he can't win, neither can the Republican. Just the fact. Neither can the Republican. The Republican can also not win. So both of us can't win. The question is, do I have a possibility to win? Yes. The problem that most don't understand is, think if you're a Republican now, particularly in New York State, think to yourself, what would it take for you to vote for a Democrat? A lot. Well, if you're a Democrat, what would it take for you to vote for a Republican? A lot. So that crossover is not going to happen, right? So it's not going to happen. So the Republican is capped. Republican is not going to get more than 35% of the vote. Maybe 40 if Kathy will does something terrible. I can't imagine what she'd have to do. But whatever. She does something terrible and he gets 40%. That's the max he's going to get, period. That's as far as he's going. That's it. He's done, right? So he cannot win. I'm unlimited because Democrats will vote for me and Republicans will vote for me. How do I know this? The data is in. I ran before we had that data, and I have polling data. About 25% of the people who support me are Democrats, which means I can get that amount of votes from Democrats. I can get Democrats to vote for me. If I get Democrats to vote for me, I can come in second, which would make change. Or if I get in the debate stage, I can come in first, and I can win this thing and change everything. Change everything. So that's what my answer is to them. They can't win either. And they've been coming in second forever. So yes, forever. Absolutely. All right. Let's see here. Grab a couple more of these. Kevin says, I need copy to run a Blipboard campaign for you, Larry. I'm at work now, so I'll have to catch the replay later. Blipboard.com for the Right in Larry. Oh, thank you, Kathy. We will have to work on that. My team is watching. Please reach out to Kathy and make that happen, guys. I appreciate that. That would be awesome. Thank you. That would be awesome. So, yes. Someone else asked for a connection to Steven. If I have a lead on a radio show, who should I contact? Team, please reach out to Steven. Please reach out. Get that information if you don't mind. I know my team is watching. Please. I appreciate that too. Thank you, Steven. I appreciate it. That would be awesome. Every little bit counts. Absolutely. So, Ann says, we are handing out pamphlets in Rochester, New York, Larry. Thank you. We will not give up. Your signs in our front yard. Oh, I love to hear that. We had lunch with you and Pena. I remember. Yep, you and your hubby. I remember. I'm going to try and drive to Albany for court. Oh, you're the best. Every little bit that does count so much. Yes, does count again and again and again. Yes. Yes. All righty. See if I can go a couple more here. You guys have so many. I do appreciate all of these. Absolutely. Let's see here. Abby says, nothing changes about a lot more libertarians complaining that noticing or supporting gay people is woke and that gay and trans people are groomers. I think some of that's true. But I think a lot of libertarians don't think that. But I think some of that's true. I do think some of that's true. But again, look, am I open to talking to the DSA? Of course I'm open to talking to anybody. Of course I'm open. Again, there are some places where we overlap. But I'm trying to find the right way to make change. I don't see a better answer. I guess is where I'm going. I know you disagree. I know you do. But if I have another answer, I'm happy to take the other answer. I am. So anyway. All right. John says, it's not about your candidate going to win. It's about voting who you believe in. And if enough people believe in them, they will win. Yes, you could just vote for me. That would be easy. Yes, that would actually work. 100%. That would actually work. So, all right. Guys, I want to ask if I could. I want to go back to my requests because it does matter tremendously. We are on the move again. You are seeing that I'm back in action. We are traveling again. We're doing events again. We have another lawsuit coming up here. So here's what I'm going to ask for all of you, for any of you and all of you. Number one, if you can come to our court date, it is September 9th at 9:30. It's a Friday, next Friday in Albany at the Robert Abrams Building, the Empire Plaza, 5th floor. If you can make it, please come. If you can make it, showing up, being in that seat does matter. I cannot tell you how much it matters. This is the big one. If we win this one, we're on the ballot. Everything is going to be good. We got a shot at getting the debates, shot at winning. This becomes a winnable race. We win this thing, this becomes a winnable race. Please show up if you can. It really does matter. Number one. If you can't make it, you go, Larry, I love you, but I can't make it. I got to work. I got kids, whatever. I get it. I'm not trying to get you to ruin your life for me. I'm not trying to. Sacrifice a little bit, but not ruin your life. No worries. Who can you get to come? Ask that person to show up. Get that person to show up if they can. They owe you a favor. Show up to this place, and our favor's done. We're even. If you can't do that, call, write, whatever the case may be. Talk to everybody who you know who is in the media that you consume, whether that's TV, radio, newspaper, YouTube, whatever you consume. Let them know what's happening. Tell them to show up at this place, or at least cover it. Let them know what's happening here. September 9th, 9:30 here in Albany. So if you can do it, please do that. It does matter tremendously. Next, if you can, to the best of your ability, volunteer. I need them now. We're up and running again. We are volunteering. We're getting more people in. To the best of our ability, let's start doing it. If we can, volunteer. And when you volunteer, there's a couple people that I need, types of people I need. One, I need people who know how to edit video. For those of you who do it, you know it's not easy. It takes time. It takes skill. It's not an easy thing to do. However, I need you. If you can do it, please help out to make this happen. We need to be able to edit and get as much content up as possible as I make it, clips and getting them up there. Short clips you guys asked for. Some of them doing very well. That takes time and energy to edit. Please, if you can volunteer, do it. And here's the advantage. If you do it on my campaign, you'll get the title that you want. Whatever title you want, you'll get that for the future. You start doing it now, you can do it better on other campaigns. I need you to do that if you can. Second thing I need you to volunteer for is to be part of the team that will share everything on social media. I need you to share. Liking, commenting, sharing. I know I say it all the time, but it does matter. Please, your click matters, your share matters, your comment matters. It helps break the algorithms, gets people out there. Please do it to the best of your ability so I get past the algorithms. The shadow banning, it does matter a lot. Please do that. Also, if you want to pick something up, head over to the LarrySharpe.com/shop. Get a shirt, get a bumper sticker, get car magnets to put on your car. Drive around with the Larry Sharpe government on your car. If you live in New York State, that's awesome. Put a sign in your front yard if you live in New York State. That's awesome too. Every little bit counts. It really does matter tremendously. Please help out. If you can't do any of that, I get it. Then instead, donate. Donate is good. Please donate. All the money we can get, we use. You know we use it. You see us doing it. A lot of it goes to lawsuits. The lawsuits cost us tens of thousands of dollars. Ballot access costs us hundreds of thousands of dollars. We can use the cash to keep moving forward. So whatever you can do to make this move forward, we need it. Please help out, guys. It really does matter. This is the last hurrah for independent parties, period, in this state. It just is. It's very important. And if it matters to you at all, please help out. I just want to say thank you so much for listening today. Please like, comment, and share. I will see you all very soon. If you actually are up in New York State, I will see you in Columbia County, Dutchess County tomorrow. See you all very soon.